What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Rope Monster coming at you here from Oswald West State Park, south of Cannon Beach, Oregon. This is my state, guys, and I'm on day 12 of the Rope Monster Crucible. For those of you following along on that journey, this is a 2.5 mile hike out to Cape Falcon and a 2.5 mile hike back. And I just decided to go for it last minute. I drove out from the Portland area and I've got 4 hours till sunset. So I'm going to be hustling. But this whole Rope Monster Crucible is about challenging myself. It's about being decisive. And I made the decision to come out here and do this hike. I'm taking you guys along with me. Hopefully you guys appreciate my efforts. We'll see how muddy the trail is. But I am wearing my Hoka Anacapa 2s on my feet. They're waterproof, they have good grip. They got me through a lot of hikes in Ecuador, in Cajas National Park, so pretty sure those will perform well. All right, guys, I'm gonna take you along. Stick around toward the end of the video. There are some epic views, and those are not to be missed. That's why I do this hike on a sunny day. Hopefully we can catch some sunset action. You guys might be shocked. For those of you who don't know Oregon well, you might be shocked that this is, in fact, Oregon, not California. I've even had some of my friends from Mexico ask if this was in Mexico when I did an Instagram reel from this spot. So stick around for that, guys, and let's go on a nice little therapeutic hike today. Vámonos. So I will show you guys most of the hike, not the entire hike, because it is 2.5 miles. But I do want to show at least part of each section and just how peaceful and beautiful this is. Now, in the beginning of the hike, you're fairly close to the highway. But as you get deeper into the hike, you get deeper and deeper into the woods, and then eventually you're hiking right along the coast. But make sure you have good footwear. This one can be muddy. There's a lot of exposed roots, as you see, but absolutely gorgeous. My legs are already burning. For those of you following along on the Rope Monster Crucible journey, please leave in the comments below what you think about it so far. And for those of you who don't know, the Crucible is something I do to get myself back in full Rope Monster form, get myself back in mental and physical shape and spiritual wellness. Really basically iron sharpening iron. So I choose to challenge myself in this Crucible. Every single day there's something, at least one thing that's incredibly challenging, whether it's heavy battle ropes, an hour-long infrared sauna session at 60 Celsius or 140 Fahrenheit, or a hike such as this one that I'm doing, rapid fire succession. What's up, guys?
Going on?
So this hike, I would usually take my time and even drink a couple beers on the hike. And during the Crucible, there's no beer and there's no leisurely strolls necessarily. This one I'm pushing myself at least. There is time for meditation, but this is a form of meditation for me, you know, pushing myself as hard as I can go, as fast as I can go. Oh, and the air is so clean. So I did see my quick update. I did see my Chinese herbalist, Wei Li, yesterday. And she said that I was already improving, my lungs were getting better, and she gave me another 2 weeks worth of formula. But when I got back from Mexico City and just from Mexico recently, she was saying my lungs were super congested. There was a lot of pressure in the lungs, and she was actually pretty concerned. But through taking her herbs and then also exercise and proper diet, which for me means less or no refined carbohydrates, and then just easy to digest amino acids like bone broth and grass-fed whey protein and raw egg yolks. Through all of those things, I am improving rapidly. So really, really good news, guys, on that front. Ooh, I'm already getting warm. It is cold out today, guys. It's just a little over 40 Fahrenheit. It's been getting down to about 5 Celsius at night, or about 38 degrees at night Fahrenheit. So I think my math is about right on that, but we're already almost to the part where you can see the ocean. All right, guys, so for those of you looking for surf spots, go left here to Short Sands, my favorite surf spot as a teenager. For those of you looking for a hike and some beautiful views, we're gonna go right on the Cape Falcon Trail that way. First though, I wanted to give you just a quick glimpse of the bay from this little viewpoint up here and show you what I'm talking about, guys. I did spend a little time in Puerto Escondido recently, and the waves were just about perfect. And here you can see the same. Any given day, Short Sands is one of the most beautiful surf spots in the world. And guys, a quick note, I am going for a PR today. I'm trying to beat my personal record on this hike. I'm trying to do it in about 40 minutes, 2.5 miles in 40 minutes. And so I'm kind of trail running the parts that are dry with the backpack on. I've got a liter of water and a liter of goat milk kefir in the backpack. And of course my camera gear, microphones, an extra battery, and things like that. So let me know in the comments if you think I can make a 2.5 mile hike in this terrain in under 40 minutes. I'd like to think so, but all the haters and doubters, leave it in the comments. And if I get a cramp or something, then you guys win. And I'll be honest, my legs are burning, but I'm still going at a pretty good clip. So I think I'm gonna make it. It is worth it to stop and take a moment though, and listen to the silence. All right, guys, at this point, I am running, jogging with caution, uphill, through the mud. Hamstrings are burning. Keep in mind, guys, yesterday was heavy battle ropes. Day before that was gym. Day before that, I did a hike up at Bald Peak. So all of my downtime is going into recovery. So preparing bone broths, resting, sleeping, eating raw egg yolks, and taking Epsom salt baths, using the sauna. So to perform at this level every single day and only get stronger takes 100% of your knowledge, your effort, or at least for me, it takes everything. Maybe there are natural born athletes who could do this without training, without eating right. I think I know a few people like that, and you know who you are, guys. Good for you. But for me, it's about just getting a little bit stronger every day, and this is pretty good for me. Oh yeah, getting a glimpse of the ocean off through there. Oh man, guys, hopefully you can see that glistening water down there. And I'm getting this fresh, cool ocean breeze, which is so welcome because I'm starting to sweat. I've got a hoodie and a jacket on, and that cool ocean breeze is one of the best things I've felt in a long time. You know what else feels good, guys? Not having a single shred of anxiety. When I'm in the city, like I mentioned, my nervous system just gets turned up, to put it bluntly. And I get almost like hyperactive, overstimulated. And out here, there's not a worry in the world. Not a single worry. I'm not thinking about taxes. I'm not thinking about sirens. Look at that. Oh. Hope you guys are getting some peace from this as well. This is my therapy. This is my journaling. This is my counseling. Oh, man. All right, guys. I'm going for my personal record, but I still have to stop and just enjoy these moments. You can see short sands way behind us now that I showed at the beginning of the video. And of course, my beloved Pacific Ocean right there. It doesn't matter whether I'm in Oaxaca or Jalisco or Oregon, I'm always connected to my sweet, sweet Pacific Ocean. Let me know in the comments, guys, if I should get a GoPro and start surfing again. Might be good for some laughs anyway. But this area, along with Otter Rock near Lincoln City, are some of my favorite surf spots. And you know, it might be really good for me to include that in the TheRopeMonster Crucible, because that's something I did in my teens. I would come out rain or shine and paddle out into that beauty right there. So let me know if I should try to get back into that in my mid to late 30s, if that seems like a good idea to you guys. As I've mentioned jokingly in a few videos, no health insurance, wish me luck. But I still think it's worth it to live life to the fullest, at least for me. Oh, look at that. If you just saw this video, where would you guess this was? Would you guess California? Would you guess Oregon? Would you guess Canada? That's like a postcard though. All right, guys, if you appreciate shots like this and are finding some peace and happiness in that, please do let me know by smashing the like button for me, subscribing if you haven't already. And let's press on, because we have even more spectacular views to come than that one right there. So, hey, it's pretty nice, isn't it? Really doesn't get any better than that. Have a good one, guys. Howdy. You can see shorties right down there. And you can walk the whole length of that beach, and just right down here there's actually a waterfall that's gorgeous. So if you're not looking to do a hike, just go down to Short Sands. It's a very short hike, but it's mostly just a walk, and you can enjoy the waterfall, the ocean, and that huge expanse of beach right there as well. I'll throw a shot up on the screen of Google Maps as to where exactly that is, so you guys can come along if you are in the Oregon area in the Pacific Northwest of the US. All right, moving right along, guys. Now, some of these people do this hike with trekking poles. I'm not sure if I ended up getting that older gentleman in the shot. I tried to avoid getting people in my shot if I can, but he was hiking with, I think, one trekking pole, which can be nice to have that extra point of contact. And of course, I'm doing it with just one hand because I'm holding the gimbal. So keep that in mind. If you guys don't have the best balance or the strongest legs under you, do bring one or maybe even two trekking poles. Oh yeah. Views on views on views, guys. The fact that I can drive an hour and a half and get views like that, drive an hour and a half, hike a half an hour and get that view is a blessing for sure. Speaking of blessings, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit more about why I do this TheRopeMonster Crucible and how I earned the name TheRopeMonster toward the end of the video for those of you who stick around. And I will be opening up about some pretty personal things that I've gone through personal struggles that have gotten me to this point. So if you're really interested in getting to know who I am and why I'm the Rope Monster, stick around to the very end of the video and I will share with you a little bit more about that and some of the most spectacular views that you'll ever see in the United States of America. Let's go. All right guys, I may just film from here on out the rest of the hike because we're getting views like that. And that's why I made the break for it today. Imagine missing out on this given the chance. No way. That's not how I want to live my life. Wasting days like this, not a chance. At this point, I am straight up hiking stoned. Like I am just high on life, high on the feel-good chemicals, the fresh air, and also just so grateful to be able to do these hikes. As I mentioned in the Colomitos hike, this is not something everyone can do. And at any given stage in life, sometimes it goes away, the capability. I had that longboard accident in Playa del Carmen, and my knee was so swollen I couldn't even put any weight on it. Shout out to Greece, Mao, Luis, my beautiful neighbors in Playa. Love you guys. Luis, you're my boy. Always will be. My number one favorite Argentinian of all time, the GOAT, greatest of all time. Luis, I'm not calling you an actual goat. It just means greatest of all time. But yeah, they would bring me food and take care of me, but I couldn't play volleyball, I couldn't walk, I couldn't ride my longboard. So anytime I'm able to do this and it doesn't hurt, I'm happy. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you all are grateful for right now in your lives. There's always something to be grateful for, but that gratitude is strong, and it's worth waking up and being grateful for something. So now we're getting back into this deep dark forest one last time, and then we're going to pop out into some open spaces on a almost slipped, on a big grassy knoll overlooking the ocean with some nice ocean breeze. So I am grateful also to have the microphone with the furry on it so I don't have a bunch of wind noise like my last few videos. Thank you guys who bared with me when I didn't even have microphones. That is what I call OG viewership right there, so really appreciate that. So hopefully you guys so far have gotten the memo. Good footwear is essential. You're going to want waterproof footwear if possible. I've seen people do this in just regular tennis shoes, and they usually don't have a super happy look on their faces. So yeah, lots of sloshing around in the mud. Man. And tomorrow, JK33 PNW influenced, at PNW influence if you're watching this. I know you are, boy. One of my oldest friends, all the way back from middle school basketball. We might go all the way up to the Olympics in northern Washington to the national park and do a hike if the weather permits, because we're going to lose those fall colors by early November. So it's kind of now or never crunch time to get in that hike. Let me know in the comments if you want me to try to go for that. That's about a 3-hour drive up to my buddy's place, and then from there we'll have to drive another hour and a half depending on which hike we end up doing. But you already know I'm going to go for it, guys, if at all possible. All right. This is like what I imagine the ascent to heaven being like. just floating up a path like this, following the bright light. All right. Let's just keep following that bright orb in the sky. All right, we're so close, guys. So close. All right, guys, this is the payoff. I would argue that the hike itself is worth it, even if it went to a parking lot. But I assure you, this is no parking lot that we're about to go to here. This is absolute heaven on earth. And I don't throw that expression around lightly. So stick with me. Let's finish strong. I think I'm going to make my personal record here. I'll check in with you on that when we get to the tip top. Also, you can imagine my shoulders getting a little tired. I've been doing this whole thing with the gimbal in hand. So I was taking you guys along with me as part of the crucible. Let's roll. Okay. Oh. So don't get too excited here, guys. The roots, you don't want to get too excited about the view and lose track of your footing. I've seen people actually trip and fall right here, and that doesn't feel good. All right, look at that. Oh. All right. Even this tree right here is a vibe, a testament to the whole struggle, fight, win philosophy. Oh, man. There's no word for this. Ecstatic. Bliss. All right, guys, and we are actually going to go up there. There's a safe route to get up there, I assure you. We're going to take that route, but just taking that view for a minute with me, guys. Be careful, there are gusts sometimes, wind gusts. Today's pretty calm, but you want to be aware of the wind gusts because the drop is not kind. That's a bad one. And so I did kind of take the sketchier route, but there is a path that comes up this way. If you're coming up with kids, with family, or you just really don't want to risk anything, take this little path here, not that one right there. But I have the same level, Dad, if you're watching this, love you, Dad. I have the same level of satisfaction as if I had just summited a mountain. Because look at these views, and we can actually look back to the north, see the ocean up there. We got one fellow hiker over there enjoying it to the max as well, so I'm going to give him his space while I grab myself a little bit of water and just take in the view. And as promised, guys, I'll mention and talk a little bit more about my journey here in just a moment. For those of you who have stuck around this long in the video, you guys are the best. You mean the world to me. And this is what it's all about in life, guys. Can't put a price on this. I also have some stuff way back on my Instagram. For those of you who follow me on Instagram or are interested, go check that out. I've got some reels from this hike almost 2 years ago. That's how much I love it. Oh, so good. All right, guys, so a quick story about how I became the rope monster. When I was 24 years old, I actually got diagnosed with a chronic illness that was misdiagnosed quite a few times, and finally was diagnosed. I'm not going to say the name of the actual disease because it's controversial, but it is a tick-borne illness, and I've had a number of tick bites throughout my life. I had a struggle where I got down to 138 pounds, guys. 138 pounds, me, at just over 6 feet tall. That's really light. And believe it or not, I was walking with a cane for about 2 years, struggling. And then finally I started to figure things out and recover. I got help from my naturopath, acupuncturist, Chinese herbalist. But when I started to get my strength back, I discovered battle ropes, and I became a beast on those things. And one day I was training with some friends, and they're like, dude, you're a monster on those ropes. Like, you went from having no strength, being weak, to just killing it on these battle ropes, guys. So that's the quick anecdote. And these are some of the things, the TheRopeMonster Crucible, that got me back to full strength and full health, and beyond. I mean, to the point where I felt almost limitless, and I still do. But I could notice, and I'm not sure if you guys noticed this, in the last couple of videos in Mexico, I was starting to get thin again. I was losing weight. I was having some gut issues, diarrhea, things like that. And I was getting skinny. I was losing weight. I was losing strength. I also felt like the illness was taking hold again, and that's why I wanted to spend time with my dad and focus on my health and do the TheRopeMonster Crucible, the things that got me to this point of being the TheRopeMonster in the first place. So now you guys know, for those of you who stuck around, appreciate you guys. I'll show you a little bit of this area and then we'll wrap it up. TheRopeMonster out. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Beautiful day.
Oh, it's great. Last minute choice, nailed it. Totally worth it. Have a good one, guys. Thanks. And so I'm not sure if you guys can see that right off there, but that does look like some wildfire activity. So you do always want to know and be aware if there's any wildfires. It's getting a little late in the year for wildfires. Usually August and September are the worst months, but that's just a quick safety warning for you guys, is that sometimes there are fires in these forests that can go, well, they can get out of control, quite frankly. So shout out to all the firefighters out there. Bodie, my good friend, if you're watching this by any chance, thanks for all that you do. He coordinates a lot of the firefighter activity in the Pacific Northwest, so keep doing what you do, Bodie. All right, guys, yeah, just hiking along, right along the edge of the cliff here. Kind of reminds me of some of the hikes in Ecuador. But yeah, I'm going to take you over to this other spot now that this one couple has left. They were there earlier, so I didn't want to, you know, disturb them. They might have been doing some young high school couple activities, if you know what I'm saying. So, but look at that. Woo! All right, leaving the pack there behind me so I can be nimble. I love this. So this little spot right here is another great viewpoint. Check that out, guys. And then right down here, there's a little trail that kind of goes into the woods. It's a good spot. Like midday, if you're here in the summer, you can kind of kick it down here and get some shade. So all sorts of little hangout spots, vantage points, viewpoints. Oh, so much peace and quiet back here. This is another good spot in these trees to kind of get out of the wind if it's super windy. So now you know. All right, guys, it's picnic time. And you know what I'm having for my picnic? Because I left in such a hurry. I'm having some goat milk kefir. Just some fermented goat milk. If that sounds awful to you guys, let me know in the comments, but it's one of my favorites. and it is such a hack for like strength gains. Chris, if you're watching this, you know, buddy, at Chris Takes Space Pics, one of my good friends from long ago, is one of my few buddies who I know also drinks goat milk kefir, so shout out to Chris. Check out his IG too if you guys want to see some cool space activity. He's an astrophotographer. He just recently filmed and photographed a comet in from the Las Vegas area, so that was pretty awesome. All right guys, there you have it. That's gonna finally do it for me. I'm gonna have my goat milk kefir picnic and just call it a day. Half tempted to just sleep up here, but you can't do that. It's illegal. You can only park where I'm parked until 10 p.m. So I will be hiking back, I assure you. All right guys, RopeMonster out. Picnic time. Liquid picnic. Goat milk kefir picnic. It's so satisfying. Nom nom nom. It's like drinking liquid goat cheese. Better than it sounds, I promise. Yeah, I just lick the lid. Don't judge me. Or as I'm constantly saying when I'm in Latin America, no me juzgues.